Good afternoon, everyone. This is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome again to Elliott Wave News Channel by Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul Learning Series by wavestrategy.com. And I'm going to discuss a lot about the markets where we are right now. It has been a very interesting week. If you look at the charts, we have been all over the place with a big gap down that we saw post 30th of April. We had a big gap down on 4th of May, and price continued to drift in a range post that. So there was a huge euphoria way back on 30th of April. I am sure many of you went all the way long on that specific day near around 9,800 levels. In fact, you will not believe many of the people said that they read my article on money control where I said that this is sell on rallies market, but they still couldn't stop from going long, and the markets are probably going to go down is what I said on a Monday. It went down with a gap, a huge gap, and post that it just consolidated and drifted in a range. In fact, today's movement was also very interesting. We saw a big gap up opening. As soon as there was a gap up opening, markets continue to uh, drift lower on the downside, and then finally it closed with a minor gain. In fact, Bank Nifty turned negative. Now that is very interesting. Bank Nifty closed negative. Majority of the sub indices closed negative, and that is what sends a very interesting sign. So I just don't rely only on the on looking at the charts. You need to look at a very subtle observations from the charts. You need to also look at what is happening with the overall breadth of the market. What is the advance decline ratio of the market? How many stocks are advancing today as compared to yesterday? You should also be looking at one very important observation I had is the major tops, or I would not say tops, the highs formed in the day are actually most of the times during the first hour itself. Look at today's movement. Nifty had a big gap up opening. There was a rush on the upside. I think we were around 9,380 odd levels, and post that it formed a red candle and continued to drift lower. One very important observation, let me share across the Nifty tick chart on the Nifty NSE India website. Let me share that across with you. It's a very interesting observation. Look at this tick chart. After the gap up opening, a big gap up opening compared to what we were around 170 80 points of gap up opening, Nifty came down below that 9350 level. Anyone who is now right now listening to me, anyone, do you recollect 9350 levels yesterday? How was it acting yesterday? Can someone probably type it? How was 9350 levels acting yesterday? It was like a classic resistance. In fact, you couldn't make out that it's not even breaching that level. I have not seen that happening many times. The level of 9350 was not even breached once after that opening tick, and it came down and it did not breach throughout the day today. It did not breach yesterday, so it was just 9352. A nine, and once that 9350 price were below that, there was attempt again and again to retest that level of 9350, but markets absolutely did not do that, to cross above it and sustain above it. So if you can see my screen right now, you can clearly see that 9350 was acting as a resistance. It was just not ready to breach above it. Can you see my screen? Can you see the tick chart of Nifty? Can you see the tick chart of Nifty over here and see the screen how 9350 was acting as a resistance? It attempted so many times. So, and if you can see the time, it was 10:40. It attempted again at 11:11. Again, there was attempt at 11:33. Again, there was attempt at 11:56. Post that it came to 9300. Then again an attempt at 113. And that high, look at the high, it is 9342, 9346, 9345, 9348, but it did not cross 9350. So something or someone is acting as a very strong resistance at that level of 9350, and that level has to be crossed with a gap if it has to be, and a sustainable gap, not like today's gap where it just crossed above and then came down in the first candle itself. So if you look at the past data of this entire week, we opened gap up and then we continue to drift lower. We opened gap up and then we continue to drift lower. And 9350, I would say, is the magnet. So why I'm saying as a magnet? it acting as a resistance. At the same time, it is pulling prices again and again towards it. So price did not break away from it too far away until the closing of today, which is at 9250, but it is pushing it again and again towards it, but not allowing it to probably go beyond that level of 9350. Now that is very interesting aspect. This is as per the Nifty spot chart, which means that some smart player or strong hand is actually trying to offload something at 9350. That's how I'm looking at. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it is that 9350 level is not being crossed, which means someone may be accumulating it. So I'm not trying to confuse you. I'm just trying to say that something is for sure happening in the current price moment. Something is cooking up in the range of 9150 to 9350, because it's not getting crossed easily also, and prices are acting as a very, very strong magnet at that level. So the day we see it crossing above 9350 and sustaining maybe an hourly close above that level, that will indicate that yes, we are probably seeing a pullback on the upside. So it is very important. DIs are selling at higher levels is what Nagesh is saying. Yes, that's possible. FIs are probably offloading. We don't know that yet, right? So we might have to take care of, take use of volume profile, which I look at it to understand what is the overall volume in that specific range. In order to do that, we might look at it and understand how it's happening. So we will have to see what's the price action and how they are reacting to this specific level. So that's very important. So with that in mind, let's proceed further and try and see what's happening with the broader market. Bank Nifty opened with a big gap up. In fact, if you remember, Bank Nifty made a high in April, and that high was not taken out in the first week of April or last week of March. And I think 26th of March, 26th of March, Bank Nifty made a high, and that high was just not taken out all the while. It was maybe momentarily breached, but not taken out on a closing basis. And Bank Nifty has been a major laggard. Look at SBI. Anyone checked SBI today? It has just gone down and down and down, and absolutely no impact of the index, and it continued to drastically break the lower levels as well. So SBI is probably breaking the lows. No, that's not a very promising sign. Look at the other stocks today, which continue to drift on the downside. Tata Steel, it opened with a gap up, did not sustain it, filled the gap, went down again. Look at DLF, open gap up, not sustained. LIC Housing Finance up by 5% at one point of time, not sustainable, came down. So what is happening is all of these stocks are actually high beta stocks. These high beta stocks are actually the leaders of the market. When I say leaders, not necessarily in terms of price ability to move the index. Leaders in terms of these are the stocks that were falling drastically and resulted into a serious sell-off in the broader market. Now, unless and until I see some kind of a very meaningful rally in these kind of stocks, I'm not looking at this market as a buying opportunity. I'm looking at this market as a shorting opportunity. And if you have been with me all the while, all the webinars, I have been talking about do not buy this market, but short this market on rallies. And it has paid out extremely well. You can clearly see why I have been talking about it's a bear market rally. There has been a lot of people who criticize for no reason and who believes that it's not going to work. There is huge demand. The entire pandemic is going to go away, and we are again going to kickstart. I think we are going to be coexisting. We are going to coexist with pandemic. We need to learn to survive along with that pandemic, and it's not going to go away easily. Even if the vaccinations have been developed, I think it's going to take months before it can go into production and distribution, and it's also going to have its own negative side effects, which probably no one is talking about it. But these kind of vaccinations or medications, if my understanding goes correct, will definitely result into some other complications in the energy system, in the body system, and it's not going to be directly helping anyone from the long-term perspective. So the best way to deal right now is to ensure stay stable, have a better immune system, and avoid anxiety. To avoid anxiety, you need to ensure, if you are a trader, you need to be ensuring you have a specific set of rules and methods that you are following for trade, And if you're not following those rules and methods, probably you are not trading uh, correctly, and you are probably just trading based on gut feeling, based on news and events, and you are probably not going to make money if you do that, because events and news do not drive the markets. You can clearly see global markets up, Dow Jones up, Nasdaq turned positive for the year 2020. Can you imagine that? Nasdaq Composite is turned positive for the year, and still we are struggling at 38.2% retracement or 50% retracement levels. Bank Nifty is struggling at 38.2, Nifty is struggling at 50% retracement of the entire fall. That's the problem. Nifty and Bank Nifty represents Indian equity markets, and we are not out of the woods. Yes, the heavyweights like Reliance is positive. That's commendable. What Reliance Industries and what Mukesh Ambani did is commendable by looking at the amount of inflows that company has got into the country is simply fabulous. The way it functioned, I think Reliance Industries have done something fabulous, and despite of Reliance Industry managing to keep the index afloat, understand it's a very heavyweight stock. By heavyweight stock, I mean it has a lot of weightage because of its market capitalization on the index. I know many of you might assume it is manipulated. Please understand, it is not possible to manipulate stock prices for an extended period of time, especially which is widely traded. So get it out of your mind that it is markets are manipulated. That's not possible for an extended period of time. Look at Nifty, a 50% retracement. Anyone following Ichimoku cloud? Anyone following Ichimoku cloud? Probably plot a daily Ichimoku cloud on Nifty and look from where did it reverse. Look at the Ichimoku cloud and how classic it reversed from the daily cloud resistance. Now that can't be a manipulation. Fibonacci retracement, if you follow not anything but a Fibonacci retracement, look at least a Fibo retracement. And if you look at that Fibo retracement, it found resistance at 50% Fibo and formed an island reversal. So let me get on the chart now. Let me show you on the chart what I'm talking about, and it's going to make a lot of sense. So if you can probably see my screen over here, this is Nifty 50. And what I'm talking about is a Fibo resistance. So I'm going to talk something theoretical today as well, because I want you to take away something from the Elliott wave fraternity or neo wave. Now there is also a problem. Many people believe that Elliott wave works. Forget about technical analysis working. People believe Elliott wave works. Some people believe neo wave works. Some people believe some the other wave theory works. Now that's the problem with the with this specific set of people who are too much identified with one set of theory. What I try to make is everything works provided you give due time and respect to that study. You can simply apply a trend line and use number of trend lines and it will work for you. You can simply apply channeling method. You can apply an RSI and it will do wonders for you, provided you have sufficient belief in it and you give all the due respect to the authors who have actually developed it. So I believe Elliott wave and neo wave are, it's not a separate thing, right? Neo wave is developed by Glenn Ely, Elliott wave is developed by R.N. Elliott, and then later on it was given to the world by Robert Prechter. And we can clearly see Glenn Ely said that there has to be a little more number of rules on Elliott wave so that you are able to be more objective. And many of the Elliottians who are probably having two different views might reduce that number of scenarios to one, if not two. So that's what neo wave is. It just adds on a little more number of rules to make the study more objective, but essentially it is Elliott wave. So anyone who follows probably Elliott wave and thinks neo wave does not work, or someone who probably follows neo wave and thinks Elliott does not work, I see how can you properly distinguish between the both? Both are one and the same thing with a few more added rules. Probably you can add a few more rules of yourself and call it your name as XYZ waves. So that's how the entire theory is, right? So let me now look at the chart again and show you a Fibo retracement from the top. So I'm taking it from that level. The reason being, there is something known as a two-stage confirmation in neo wave, and that's the reason I think the entire wave pattern on the downside started from around that zone. Can you see a 50% retracement here? A 50%, every one of you, I want you to answer me. This has to be an interactive session. I'm not the one who is going to talk alone. So this has to be an interactive session. Can you see a 50% retracement here? Brilliant. So I will write down on the chart a 50% retracement or probably a resistance at 50%. That's one. Can anyone understand candlestick? Candlestick, basic pattern of candlestick. Do you understand? Can you tell me what is this pattern? Can you tell me what is this pattern that you see here? Can I say this is an island reversal? A big island reversal. What is an island reversal? An island reversal is nothing but you see a huge gap up and then suddenly a gap down and the entire pattern reversed. This is an island reversal. It's a big gap down which we saw on 4th of May. So a gap up and a gap down. Can I say this is an island? An island is nothing but surrounded by water on all the sides. This is how it looks like. So if I go on an hourly chart and I have to show you, can you see an island which is segregated on the upside and the downside? Can you see that? Okay, an island reversal there. Next, can I see the daily bar technique? If you understand anything from my Master of Technical Analysis class, I've explained about the daily bar technique. Can I say a close below the prior day's low indicate that the trend has reversed on the downside? Can you see that? And can you see that there is not a single close above the prior day's high? Can you tell me what was Thursday's high? I don't remember. Can you tell me what was Thursday's high? What was yesterday's high? 9277, right? What is today's close? Where did we close today? In this entire week, can you look at this chart and tell me, did we see a single close above the prior day's high? We closed at 9255 or 51. I'm not sure what is the average close. Average close is 9251 as Nilesh is writing. Absolutely. So Jitesh also wrote 9251. Yes, we closed at 9251. On the chart, I'm zooming in the chart. Can you see any single close above the prior day's high? I'm asking you again. A single close above the prior day's high. I'm asking for a close above the prior day's high. Okay. From here, this was the close which was below the prior day's low. Can I say this is the close again, not above the prior day's high, not above the prior day's high. In fact, today's close, there was a big attempt, but we did not close above the prior day's high. Do you agree with me? There is not a single close above the prior day's high. Do you agree with me? Now that is a classic objective way, without wave theory. I'm talking about an island reversal, a 50% resistance. Let's put in a trend line now and see what is the overall market doing. Okay, I'm going to put a trend line. You understand trend line, right? I'm assuming you know trend line. If you don't, probably you can watch a few more videos of mine, or maybe on my YouTube channel @KyalAshish. I will be publishing this video also over there. Subscribe to that video, share it with your friends. Let's make technical analysis public. Let's get it on the ground reality that technical analysis work for every one of you who are in this channel right now, who are viewing it, who are listening to me. I'm going to give you many proof that showcases technical analysis work. That's what I want. That's the reason I'm doing it for here, because I want you to learn it works brilliantly. Now I'm connecting these trend lines. Can I say this trend line? I'm connecting this trend line. Are you with me? Can I say this is a classic trend line? Are you with me? This is a trend line support. A trend line support broken with a gap down. What do you make out of the market? A big gap down on or below the trend line support, and for the rest of the day, market did not even, rest of the week, market did not even attempt to take out that high. Can you see that? And that's the reason why I'm saying that you now have a resistance at 50%. You have an island reversal. You have a big gap down, and market did not even close above the prior day's high throughout the week. But now you want to still stay bullish because there is a Reliance Jio deal, or probably because the global markets rallied, or you want to stay bullish because there is possibly economic opening which is happening. Do you still think if news and events drive the market, we would have closed where we closed today? That's not the case. It does not matter. In fact, this worries me because if NASDAQ is near the highs, Dow Jones is probably rallied so much, but we are still struggling near 50% and at 38.2% of FIBO, which means we are internally not strong right now. And if we are not strong, and if the low of this candle breaks, the downtrend will resume. So you don't really need me to explain the levels. You can simply open a chart, look at it with an attention. You need attention to chart, to the price pattern. You can use the simplest of the method, but pay attention to the chart and you will know your answer. You don't need me to tell you that the markets is positive or negative. You can see it on the chart right now. If now I ask every one of you, do you, what is the level above which you think we will turn bullish? I might turn bullish on a Monday, so don't blame me for that, because I look at price action, I look at neo wave patterns, and if the pattern changes, I turn bullish instantaneously. It will take me less than a second to change my opinion from bearish to bullish. That's how you should do. That's what I assume. So if you have to look at this, I'm talking from a short-term trading perspective. I'm not talking from the medium-term perspective. From the short-term trading perspective, where do you think if we are going to turn bullish above? Closing about this, can I say this is the biggest red candle and the high is 9450? So can I say closing above 9450 is probably the area there. 9380 is yes, like Nilesh pointed out. Vishal writing 9650. 9650 is too far away for me for a trading decision. I would probably turn bullish if we close above 9450 levels also. So I'm okay with that. So 9450 to 9350 is the zone I'm looking at. 9380, which is like I think today's high was somewhere around the zone of 9382. Yes, so 9382 becomes important. If we close above 9382 to 94850, it's time to probably change the stand. Now tell me, when do you turn strongly bearish in the coming week? Where will you turn strongly bearish? Give me a level. I'll tell you the various levels I see here on the chart. This low is 9193, this low is 9116, this low is 9175, and today's low is 9238. So where do you think you will turn strongly bearish? 9140, 9100, 9100, 9116, 9118? Absolutely. So can you see the range? Now we have nearly 100 participants. Can you see the range? Everyone is giving the range of around 9100 to 9180 as the zone. Always remember, there is always going to be a zone. This is exactly the reason why you will never have a price point. You will have a zone of support and you will have a zone of resistance, because we as an individual, as a sample, look at these 100 samples that we have, and we are looking at that as a sample for the entire crowd, and we are looking at it as 9100 to 9150, 9180 as the support area. So that is the support zone, and on the upside we are looking at 9382 to 9450 as the resistance area. So for you to be turning bearish in the coming week, you have your answers below which level. I think if we close below 9110 or 9100, we turn bearish for much lower levels, and we will start wave C on the downside. If we manage to close above 9450, then we might turn bullish again. So are you with me? So this is how you probably derive your view. Once you have that view in place, we will then know that the markets, the levels are in place. Now we start with neo wave analysis. Okay, so I'm not talking both ways. Now there will be some critics who will say I'm talking both ways, I'm not taking a stand. People in fact tell me that you are a neo wave practitioner or Elliottician and one of the finest, and you should know exactly when the markets and how much it's going to fall to the point, and you can't talk both sides. And I'm like, I'm not God, I'm not forecasting. I don't know what's going to happen to the world tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen to me tomorrow. How can you expect me to probably tell with 100% accuracy that this is how markets will behave? Anyone who tried saying that I'm 100% sure this is going to happen, markets are going to make you very much modest. So if you are a trader, it's the modesty which probably most of the traders exhibit is because markets have probably made them modest, and that's how you keep learning and you become a fine trader. Okay, uh, so DP Singh has a question: what is more accurate, Elliott or Neo? I'm saying that Neo wave is nothing but a more added number of rules to Elliott wave. With more number of rules, it becomes more objective. I'm not saying that makes Elliott wave not useful. Elliott wave is a classic study, and I have all the due respect. I use Elliott wave on most of the stock charts. I use Neo wave rigorously on Nifty, Bank Nifty, and the indices chart. So NeoWave has a lot of rules, so that's more objective. But Elliott wave is brilliant, so there's nothing about it. So that's the only difference that I would say between both of these theories. Okay, and the question is, can we say Nifty has topped out for super cycle degree? I don't think, Siddharth, super cycle means you are talking about 100 years stopping action. Let's not talk about super cycle degree, as I and you are not going to stay for 200 years, and we are never going to capitalize even if it has topped out for super cycle degree, right? Let's talk from what is right now in front of us. From few days to few years, I understand, but super cycle for millennia, you want me to forecast the market? We can do that, but it's not going to anyways help. It's only good for an academic study. Okay, let's now move on further to something very important pattern that I'm going to talk about. I know my team said it has to be strictly 30 minutes, but I can't stop myself when I start talking about something important, and I'm extremely passionate about it. I just want to give the best that everyone is listening to me here. So I'm going to share across very quickly. I'm not going to spend much of a time. Let me open up my paint and share across uh, a diametric pattern. I'm going to talk and I'm going to explain that. Again, I'm repeating, if you want to, okay, let me just share across over here. I'm repeating, if you want to probably again view this webinar, it will be recorded and uploaded on YouTube channel at the rate Kyal Ashish. You can subscribe to my channel, share it across, and let's spread awareness of technical analysis, Elliott wave and NeoWave across. It works brilliantly, and whoever believes it works, you have to take that torch bearer. You have to become a torch bearer and ensure that everyone understands it works brilliantly. So there is no randomness. It works. It's a probability game. So it can be with, at times you can say 90% probability this is how it should happen. At times you are not sure, and you can say 60% probability. So it's all about a probabilistic scenario and combine. So I combine with a lot of other methods. So in my master of waves, I've combined with Ichimoku cloud. I combined with a few techniques. By the way, the mentorship batch is again starting in June 2020, in which we are going to discuss what I'm discussing now in a much more practical way. Lot of charts and application for over the period of 3 months. So if you can see that, you can learn about it in just 30 minutes or 45 minutes of time. So much, how much learning will happen in the period of 3 months. So anyone wants to register for that can call on double line 204 22202 or visit wavestrategy.com, and you can do it from there. You can also follow me on Twitter at the rate Kyal Ashish. Okay, so I was talking that the mentorship class, Prashant asked, it's going to start in June 2020. By 20th of June, we're planning to start it. It's going to be there for 3 months. You will be getting access to a lot of content, to a lot of trainings. It's an online class that we will have. And I was saying that if you can learn so much in just 30 minutes of time or 45 minutes of time, imagine the learning over the period of 3 months that you can get. And there are many of you who are from the batch, current ongoing batch. Probably they are the best person to talk about it rather than me saying anything about the mentorship. And it's like when I started my learning way back in 2005-6, and then did my CMT in 2008, I was searching for mentors, and you will not believe okay, and you will not believe that when I started learning about my technical analysis journey, and it was so fabulous because I was being looking forward to Robert Prechter, the Elliott wave, probably the guy who reinvented Elliott wave as a guiding force, Martin Pring. Those are the people who helped me to what I am right now, and I realized I'll just complete very quickly. So what I was saying is, without a mentor, it will be very difficult for anyone who wants to travel the path to become a trader. So if you are looking for a mentorship, then June is when we are starting. So do look at it. You can visit wavestrategy.com or call on 9920422202. Okay, let's move on further now. Abhishek, you can probably get all the details from here.
Okay, let's just get the details. Malay, I'll not be able to do it tomorrow because I have a mentorship batch tomorrow morning. I have certain other commitments, so I can't really do that. So we will have to do it right now. Nifty is acting, network is acting like Nifty, absolutely. Gap up and gap down, sudden movement. So let's just share the screen. Probably a few who are able to hang on to this. Let me just share it across. Okay, you can see me here now, and I'm going to talk about a diametric pattern very quickly. If you are able to make out and see my screen, a diametric, everything that you have to trade has to be based on certain patterns. Okay, can I ask you, are you able to see my screen now? Are you able to see my screen? Okay, so everything has to be based on patterns. If you know the patterns, you will be able to understand how the trade has to be taken. What is a diametric pattern and why I'm emphasizing so much on this pattern? I'll just very quickly share across. You see a 7, I would not say in terms of Elliott wave because not every one of you might know Elliott wave by now. I will say this is a triangle pattern. Do you understand a triangle pattern? I'm asking you, you understand a triangle pattern? Can I say this is a contracting triangle? Is it okay if I connect this contracting triangle with an expanding triangle? Are you with me? Okay, I'm just going to connect this contracting triangle with an expanding triangle, and then we are going to go on the downside. So suppose if the, no cams please don't turn on the cams. Suppose if we are over here right now and there was a huge fall on the downside. Okay, let me just draw that. A move on the downside, we came down, we crashed, we went all the way up in the form of circuit, we came down all the way here, then we went up again and we came down, and then there was a move on the upside. So okay, do you understand what I have just now drawn? How it looks like? Can you see that? This is nothing but a but this is nothing but Nifty. Absolutely, that's what I have drawn. So you can see an expansion over here, and then can you see a contraction? Can you see that? So this is a contracting triangle, and this is an expanding triangle. Okay, and over here again I'm seeing an expanding triangle over here, and then I'm seeing a contracting triangle. Can you see that? Are you with me? I will label these things as A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. No, I'm not trying to make you learn alphabets. I'm just saying it's a 7 lakh correction. I just want to name it as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now it's up to you. You want to say instead of A, you want to say some X, Y, Z, your name. You are up to, it's your chance. You can do it. You can create your own study and do it. So I would just say it as A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Post this completion, we should start seeing an opposite move, which is retracing this fall. Are you with me? So let me again call this as A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Okay, I'm going to delete this thing, and I'm going to come here and say post this G. Can I say again the opposing move should start? I'm asking you, post this G completion, again the move on the opposite side should start, right? We saw a G completion and a move on the opposite side. So what I'm trying to tell you is, let me just increase the size of the screen. What I'm going to tell you is, after a fall, we saw a retracement. Post this retracement, we should again see a fall. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now, how was the fall? The fall was down, up, down, up, down, up, and down. Post this, we saw a retracement which went here. We came down here. We again went and attempted to go here. Again, we did not sustain. We came down. We went here. We came down here. And we are coming somewhere, something like this. Now, if I have to label this entire fall, can I say this is the fall and this is the retracement? Can you also label this as an A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and we stand right now here. Suppose this gap down, we are right now here. Are you able to link this with Nifty by any chance? Anyone who has been probably, I am the guy who can keep looking at Nifty chart, a blank Nifty chart, just prices and nothing else throughout the day. I can just keep looking at it, keep looking at it, and keep looking at it. People might call me insane, but that's what it takes to learn something, right? So what I have just now did, I have drawn nothing but a diametric pattern. Okay, this is a running diametric pattern. You see a contraction, then you see an expansion, and we are right now here. So if this G is complete over here, we might have started the bigger downtrend. So this was again an A, again a B, and a bigger downtrend. It's nothing but, let's forget about A and B. What I'm trying to say is a fall, a retracement, and the resumption. Okay, so Rohinton, great to see you here. It's fantastic to be seeing you here. You're not showing one leg as extension. No, I'm not looking at this as a impulsive fall. I'm looking at it as a diametric. Let's go on the Nifty chart and try and see there. So let me just go on the Nifty chart and share across my screen over here. And let's go on an hourly chart and check this out. Okay, so if we are looking at an hourly chart, what we just now did was the fall in the form of A. We completed A here, we completed B here. Then the entire fall was in the form of a C wave. Okay, let me do one thing. Instead of doing it, it's going to be much faster if I simply copy this across and we did it on the chart. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to be saving this chart across on my Telegram channel. You can probably get access to these charts, which we are doing right now on the Telegram channel, which is Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul, AKT Trading Gurukul. You can search for it, Telegram, AK Trading Gurukul, and you will be able to get it. So probably you can find me over there, or you can also, there is also one more channel, Elliott Wave Strategy on Telegram by Ashish Kyal. So you will get access to these charts over there. Okay, so I'm going to be very quickly marking this on the chart over here. So this layer was an a B here, then we completed a C here, a D here, and E and F and G. So that's how I'm looking at this entire. Okay, you are not able to see. Let me just share across my paint. I'm so sorry. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now this pullback, the first pullback was A. This is B. This move probably was C here. This can be D. Again a move E. Over here an F, and this can be G. So we have a contraction and then we had an expansion. So this remains one of the possible scenarios. The other alternate possibility remains is that we did not complete F here. We might have completed just E here. This fall can be an F. This is an alternate possibility. And we might have a G which will complete here, and then the downtrend should start. I'm keeping that as a lower probable scenario as of now, because I think looking at these gaps, a huge gap, unsustainable up move from here on, I think we might be starting to break on the downside. If we break on the downside, my expectation is we will breach this low at least once again. The time cycle which I apply is forming a low by the end of the month, and that's why I'm expecting whatever has to happen will happen in May. And the famous saying that sell in May and go away should work out well. So not to confuse you, I think we are at a very crucial juncture. The levels within the start of the webinar which we derived, this one remains the fine line in the sand. And if this gets broken decisively and closed below it, the chances of we going down increases drastically, because we have completed 7 legs of move in the form of a diametric pattern on the upside, post this down move, and then the downtrend starts. So this theory that we discuss is nothing but a neo wave, and the pattern that you looked at right now is nothing but a diametric pattern. Does it make sense? So to be very honest, I'm not going to be for FM to speak. I have no clue. I'm not going to get much more detail. I think we have overstretched by 20 minutes from what I was supposed to do. And I'm assuming today's session was useful, and I'll just share across about my mentorship program again. You can probably go on wavestrategy.com. I'll share across my screen, and over there you will see this webinar will be available on the website as well, and on my Telegram you can get the access to the charts. I'll send it there, and on my YouTube channel @KyalAshish. You can follow me on Twitter @KyalAshish. Once you are on the channel, you can go here on the mentorship, and you will see all the details about the mentorship program. And we are ending the early bird on 10th of May. So if you want to register, you need to register before or on 10th of May latest. Post that, the pricing is going to be revised upward. So you can get the details about this mentorship. You can contact on these numbers given here, or you can fill up the form at the bottom and my team will get in touch with you. Okay, that's it from my side. Rahul has a question. Would this fall in line with Reliance and ICICI also at crucial juncture of reversal? I'm not catching Reliance top because Reliance has outperformed, and I am the trend follower guy. So I don't catch reversals in outperforming stocks. So let's see how it behaves from here on. ICICI Bank is at crucial juncture for sure because SBI is breaking the lows. ICICI is at crucial juncture. I'm not optimistic about the entire banking space, especially the PSU banks. Okay, can you share the Telegram ID? The Telegram ID, I would say, let me share the link. It's AK Trading Gurukul. You can find it there. Or probably if you can visit my website, there is an icon of Telegram. You can click on that and you will see Elliott Wave Strategy is also one of the ID from where you can, let me just copy it for you. If you can see it here, Elliott Wave Strategy, you can probably follow me there. Okay, Sham, great to see you after a year. I am sure you enjoyed it as well. So it's all pleasure. And it was fantastic to talk today and address about NeoWave. I'm sure this pattern analysis and scenario analysis will help you to get little more insight on what is Elliott Wave all about. Okay, for a few of you who would like to know more about mentorship, so this is a practical application for 3 months which we plan to do on this mentorship, and we are planning to continue it for starting from June, and there will be Master of Waves which you will be attending, Master of Technical Analysis you will be attending. It's an online training that will happen, a practical application of any and everything in technical analysis we will be doing. So it's not only focused on wave theory, it's focused on trend following, it focused on money management, it focused on risk management, which is very important, how to look at charts and how to derive trade right from the basic. It is meant for anyone and everyone. Even if you are a novice, I will be sharing a lot of videos before the session starts so that you become up to the mark. And if you are already in a trader and wanting to increase the accuracy, you can definitely do that. So if you know how to look at chart, and if you do not even know how to look at chart, don't worry, I'll ensure that you get up to the mark. And we will be forming a separate private Telegram groups, channels, not channel, a group where there will be two-way communication. So you will get a lot of information and discussions which will keep happening to and fro over there. And a lot of existing mentees have given very, very generous feedback about and testimonials. You can visit wavestrategy.com and find it there. Mahesh, who is in the group right now, Rakesh, a lot of those people are already in the mentorship batch. They ensure that they don't miss a single session that I am doing right now. And it's fantastic. View on gold and crude. Crude I am looking at as a temporary pullback. I am not too optimistic about crude, but yes, there is no reversal. So crude is also in some kind of a pullback, maybe in wave X, we should turn on the downside. I'll be publishing that in my monthly research. Intraday strategy part of mentorship, absolutely. So anything and everything you can apply on those methods, right? It is irrespective of whether you are an intraday trader or a positional trader. The methods can be applied across the time frame. You can apply it on a 5-minute chart. You can apply it on a monthly chart. So that does not make any difference. Gold, I think gold will continue to move higher from here on, but I don't want to comment on anything unless I see it on the chart and show it to you. because I want you to derive the values. I don't want to give my views and opinions like how I derive for Nifty. I want you to derive. Maybe next time we'll try to cover gold and silver both. Okay. That's it from my side, and thank you very much. My name is Ashish Kyal, and you will find this video on the YouTube @KyalAshish. Subscribe and share it across. Thanks very much.